Hello everyone and welcome to Oulton Park, season 31 of the Intelligent Money British GT Championship. 36 full season entries split equally between GT3 and GT4, 8 factory drivers in GT3. It's going to be the biggest and probably the best British GT season ever. It's Friday, we're in the pit lane, so of course we're going to do the traditional preview, and it's going to be a bit of a deep dive this one. It is the first one of the season, plenty of new cars, new teams and liveries to have a look at. We're going to start first, swinging around here, with the brand new Toro Verde Ginetta, the only AMAM car this season. James Townsend and Ian Duggan in that one. Very bright, you won't miss it. And then on to Beachley AMR's Aston Martin, of course, one of the longest serving teams in British GT. Andrew Howard and Ross Gunn, one of those 8 factory drivers in the sole Aston Martin GT3. On we go to 2Cs with 2 cars, and both of them, of course, Mercedes-AMGs. Reigning champion Ian Loggy switched teams over the winter, but he is, of course, joined by Jules Gounon. Jules, obviously, a big accident last weekend, but he is cleared to race this weekend at Oulton Park. Teammates for this year, James Cottingham and Johnny Adam. Unfortunately, you can't see it, but Johnny does have a sticker next to his name up there above the door. He's celebrating his 100th race in British GT this weekend. 4-time champion, 16-time race winner. Is he the one who's going to get that race win, take him to 17 and also gain the first for James Cottingham? One of Century's garages is down, but I promise you there is a second M4 GT4 over there. There it is, and you're looking at the second of the cars there. That is with Michael Johnson and Chris Salkeld. Got there in the end. Century have also got a third M4. Of course, this one is the GT3 version. We're just going to swing around quickly though and look at Barwell's Lambo. That is off up to its photo. Two Lambos for Barwell this year. They're back up to their full complement. That one, 72, just gone past, has got Will Dragertha and Mark Sansom in it. Back to Century and their BMW. More factory talent down here for Darren Lung and specifically Dan Harper. Dan moving up to the BMW factory roster this year. Darren and Century and that M4 won our final race last season with Alexander Sims, you might remember, at Donington. Another DTM-inspired livery, and a Mercedes one at that for One Motorsport. That's actually from the Zaxbyed car that raced in DTM in 1993, I think. And on to Sky Tempesta. You might remember last year they ran a Mercedes, but they've switched over to McLaren, and that car is actually run by Garage 59, who have got a second full season car. And there's factory talent in this one as well. Marvin Kirchhoffer with Alexander West. That livery was revealed just earlier this week. It takes inspiration from the 1997 Gulf liveried McLaren F1 GTR Longtail that raced at Le Mans and in FIA GT with us at SRO. More McLarens. We've got more McLarens than we know what to do with this year. And a look at the first of 5 Arturas, brand new cars to International GT Racing this year. Let's say 5 of those, but there's also a 720S on this side of the garage for Optimum, who haven't been with us full-time since 2020. Obviously, that 720S Evo is in bits at the moment. We'll have another look at some more shortly. In fact, very shortly, because here's 2 more of them. Paddock, another of the multi-class teams this year. That's the Artura you're looking at there. And then onto the 720S. Mark Smith actually made a big impression in that car at Donington last year on his debut. He's partnering Martin Plowman. That's the only non-Evo version of the 720S here at Oulton. It might get upgraded in time for Silverstone. Another team back up to 2 cars this year is Academy, the familiar Mustang GT4. Matt Cowley's been a race winner in each of his 3 British GT campaigns, paired with American teenager Eric Evans. Could be a title contender. He finished second 2 years ago. And then Will Moore, another championship regular who missed last season. He's back alongside team owner Matt Nicol-Jones. Matt, one of 3 drivers who could become a 2-time British GT4 champion this year. No driver has ever achieved that. Greystone are a multi-car team. Their Mercedes, driven by Mike Price and Callum McLeod, are a little off in testing earlier, but just cosmetic damage on that one. They were in GT Cup last year, and Ollie Webb and Andre Borodin stepped up to British GT full-time. You would have seen that McLaren on a couple of occasions last year. Another Mercedes, and this is for the team that won the Teams and Drivers' Championships last year, Ram Racing. And, well, they don't come much faster than Raffaele Marciello. He's partnering John Ferguson, who was the only member of a Silver Am crew to win a race outright last year. All the others were taken by Pro-Am crews. On we go. New team to the championship, Drive Tack. Although they are run by Track Focused, who you might remember ran the KTM a couple of years ago. The familiar green of ABBA Racing's Mercedes, the first gen GT. I think that's the 7th season for that car. But it is BOP the same as the Evos you've just been looking at. It runs off the same homologation certificate. So sort of a few people talk about the BOP of that car, keeping it competitive. They are competitive in their own right. Another one of the older cars, let's say, the 570S for Team Brit. That's the car that's it's got the hand controls in it for Aaron Morgan. And last year's GT Cup champions, Orange Racing with JMH, Simon Orange, and Michael O'Brien, who was a race winner back with us here in 2020. And finally, because I think the other cars have all gone off to scrutineering or photographs, it's SRO Motorsports McLaren. This car didn't look like this at Media Day. It had its GT Cup livery there. New sponsorship deal with Kazoo, replaces OnlyFans, which is on the Artura, which isn't next to it currently. Anyway, there are more cars than that. As I say, we have 36, but they're over in the paddock. There aren't enough garages at Oulton for them all. But regardless, we'll see them all tomorrow in practice and qualifying. Qualifying is live on SRO's GT World YouTube channel, as well as warm-up on Monday, and then both races live on GT World, as well as Sky Sports F1 on Monday. Remember, there's no racing on Sunday. You can enjoy your Easter.